15 signs you're a hater. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello, Aluxers. How great is it to have you back for a Sunday motivational video? This one's gonna hit some of you like a brick, and if it doesn't, you definitely know someone who you can toss this brick to. You might not like it, but we're calling some of you out. If this new year, new me is to work, we might as well address one of the biggest elephants in the room. The smart will learn from this, while the haters will be triggered. Best of luck. Here are 15 signs you're a hater. Number 1. You secretly wish you've done more with your life by this point. When you were young, you believed the sky was the limit, that you were destined for greatness, that you were born different and were supposed to be the hero that slays the dragon. Well, at least that's what you've been led to believe. Everyone told you about your great potential, that you were meant to do great things, but the great things never happened. Life didn't go the way you thought it would. One small failure led to another. The business idea never took off the ground. You never finished writing that book, painting the painting, singing the song, traveling the world, giving back. Your plan to follow your passion got traded for the security of a mediocre existence. You believed it was just temporary, and at some point, you'd be back to pursuing your dream. But year after year passed you by, and you're still nowhere near your goals. You find comfort in people around you who they themselves are in a similar state of yours. When you tell them about your dreams and goals, they tell you about theirs, and then you go back to being the same mediocre person. You're all well aware of it, even accepted it as a part of your life. But deep down, you always wondered what your life would have been like if things went your way. This feeling of unrest has been with you for a while now, and it almost feels unfair because you know what you're capable of. That's what makes us humans such interesting beings. We judge others by their actions, yet we judge ourselves by our intent. Number 2. You want other people to fail because you feel they don't deserve success. You want others to fail, not because you want what's worse for them, but you want them to validate your inabilities and insecurities. If they fail as well, it means your own failure is somewhat justified. The goal is obviously unrealistic and even impossible to attain. The success of others doesn't inspire you if you yourself failed. Instead, it makes you annoyed. You know how hard you worked, and you assume that others obviously didn't care as much, yet they got the result you were after. In your opinion, the game is rigged against you. In the words of high school student Kevin Chang, it's not enough that I should succeed, others should fail. But what happens when you don't succeed? Not making it is somehow justifiable as long as nobody else makes it. If you grew up in Eastern Europe, you might be familiar with the expression, "It's all fine as long as my neighbor's sheep dies as well." A common saying about how one would rather have everyone live in misery than others having more than themselves. But what if others deserve what's coming to them? What if you simply were not good enough, not smart enough, you didn't work hard enough, and they did? Number 3. You make excuses about why things didn't work out for you. Everybody knows at least one person like this. Some of you might even identify yourself. They always talk about how they had this amazing idea or intent, but because of an external force, they never got to make it a reality. The economy turned, the customer didn't get it, the investor didn't get it, the boss didn't appreciate you, your partner didn't appreciate you, the time was never right, you were not born in the right country, in the right family, and so on. It's always someone or something else, it's never you. You actually got pretty good at using excuses to get out of problems, and you even began abusing it. And now, you've justified it so much you ended up believing your own bull manure to hopefully keep this video monetized. Number 4. You think other people got it easy or got lucky. Of course, you're the person most deserving of praise, and because of the previous mentioned excuses, you never got to fulfill your full potential. Everybody else got lucky. They had help you never had access to, people who opened doors for them and served them what was rightfully yours on a silver platter. They didn't have the start you had, so obviously they shouldn't get it. Your own personal experience is blinding you to the point where you're unable to see beyond the surface. You are judging others based on your assumption of what their life is. You might even be right to some degree. Some people have it a lot easier than you did, but that doesn't take anything away from them still putting in the work. We are responsible for making the most out of the hand we've been dealt, and their success doesn't take away your ability to improve your own life. Here's a big takeaway we want you to remember. Comparing yourself to others is the biggest killer of happiness. Feel blessed for what you have because you don't know what the other person might be missing that you're taking for granted. Number 5. You think, I could do that, but you never do. How many times have you heard people looking at Rothko paintings worth tens of millions of dollars saying, I could have done that? How many people watch a stand-up special and feel they could do it themselves? This happens even in the business space. Once you become successful, people you were surrounded by in the beginning might think they could have done the same thing. Hell knows you could have even been one of those people yourself. It's easy to look at a Rothko, a Joe Rogan, a Chiara Ferragni and think that would have been possible for you as well because it's true. The opportunity was there. You just didn't have the discipline, the focus, and the drive to make it happen. Success is the result of continuously taking action in the pursuit of your goal for extended periods of time. These people and the likes of others have simply put in more work than other people and focused on improving over time. It's easy to look at a single piece of the puzzle and think that you yourself could do it. But that piece alone is not why successful people end up where they are. It's because of all the pieces, slowly built and polished over the years. The life you live is the reflection of your actions. It's as simple as that. If you finally want to break free of this jail of delusion you've built for yourself, we strongly recommend picking up Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. To give back to our community, if you go to Alux.com/freebook and sign up, you'll get the audiobook for free, thanks to our friends at Audible who are kind enough to support our efforts. It might just be the book that cuts through all the bull that you've been telling yourself for years. Number 6. You're advising people not to try at all because they might fail. Whenever people come to you with a new idea, you're quick to shut them down. It makes you feel smart. You take the slightest chance of failure and stretch it like chewing gum. You might even follow up with some personal examples of how you wanted to do the exact same thing or something similar and it just didn't work out. Plus, can you imagine what other people will say once you fail? This is a hater mindset. You're not being constructive, you're not helping. All you're doing is making other people feel small. We're sure you can relate to this point. If you are not the one putting others down, you definitely have been on the receiving end at some point in your life. Either a parent or a teacher or a friend has made fun of your goals and your dreams. Haters never understand that failure is actually part of the process of becoming successful. In order to achieve your goals, you have to accept failure as part of the journey and keep moving past it. Because of the way a hater's mind works, they always look at failure as being final, as embarrassing, and something you should avoid completely. And this is the exact reason why haters never get to experience what true success feels like. Number 7. You want your opinion to matter, but deep down, you know it doesn't. You spent a lot of time watching others do their thing rather than doing your own. To some degree, you feel like you understand what's happening and your opinions are as valid as facts. So what do? You take every opportunity to attack, especially now when you can do it online with almost zero repercussions to your answer. Your only goal is to earn internet points or cause the most harm. This is how the cancel culture that's in full bloom right now got to where it is. Haters are out for blood. They fail to understand that people can grow, that they can change, because their lives haven't changed enough. Go to any review page and you'll see people giving their opinions on things they just shouldn't. You know what they all have in common? They're spectators, not participants. How many people sitting in the sidelines talk about what the correct strategy for the game should be? How many of them are quick to talk about how others should behave, act, invest, or live their lives? Guess what? Unless you're able to alter the outcome or you get to vote with your wallet, you don't have a say in this. Number 8. You're doing slightly better than your friends, and you let them know it. What would life be if you couldn't peacock a little bit, especially when it comes to people around you? Truth be told, you're likely living a pretty mediocre life. It's just that some of your friends have it worse. In every group of friends, there's one person who, through variable circumstances, has a 10% life better than the rest, but acts like they're in a completely different league. All your life, you've benchmarked your existence to the 3 friends you grew up with. For your ego, doing better than they are is more than enough. You put them down. You rarely encourage them. Love to talk about yourself and how amazing you are. Truth be told, you probably have never met anyone who's actually successful. You've been living in a small bubble, scared to face the fact you excel only in your mediocrity. You know you're the sum of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. If you take pride in your friends being weaker than you are, you might need to reconsider your position. If you want to be successful in life, please keep this in mind. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. The exceptions to those moments are when you're giving a TED Talk or you enter into any kind of negotiation. Number 9. You follow people you pretend not to like just to keep tabs on their life. We told you we were going to call you out on your BS. If you really didn't care about someone, why spend any amount of time, effort, or energy on them? Truth be told, you have a fascination with them. Something about what they're doing is appealing to you, but the general consensus among your peers is that you're not supposed to like them, so you pretend not to. When you're by yourself, you spend your own time consuming what they're putting out. People bash reality TV as being nonsense, yet some of these shows have the highest viewership. If you need a reality check, Keeping Up with the Kardashians has been going for 17 seasons. 17! Why hide behind a curtain of hate to justify your fascination? Number 10. You secretly want something they have. The highest level of hate is when you're hating on someone, but secretly you would love to trade your life with theirs. We could have ended this right here, but what the hell, let's keep digging, shall we? It's just you and us here right now, so we can keep it honest between us, can't we? When you're alone and scrolling through their feed, you look at their holidays, at the things they have, the respect people give them, the attention, the events, the glam, the success, the wealth. You want all of it. Of course, you would make some changes, you'd keep true to yourself. Your life would be a lot better if you were living like they are. This feeling, this realization you're experiencing right now is conflicting. On one hand, you're annoyed by the fact that you believe they're not worth the success they have. And on the other, you understand that you're probably never going to get there. You want to know why? Because you're so busy obsessing about other people that you forget to obsess over yourself, over your goals, over your desires, over what it would take to get you somewhere like where they are. We spent an entire year building mind mastery and built a unique framework which teaches you how to break free and focus your mind on these specific aspects of life. How to use your mind to come up with answers that have a real impact on your life. Last year, we opened the doors to the experience twice, and it's been a massive success to everyone who's made the investment. This year, we're leaving the doors open. You can go to Alux.com/mindmastery right now and invest in a skill that will stick with you for the rest of your life. People who are emotionally and mentally strong don't hate on others. To get you started, you can use the promo code ALUXER at checkout, and we'll give you 25% off the price of the experience. Go to Alux.com/mindmastery right now. Number 11. You believe you're entitled to other people's time or attention. Entitled people. Where do we even start? For some reason, they overvalue their own time and undervalue the time of others. Yeah, you tweeted once at Rihanna and she didn't reply. Better leave 20 comments saying how she's horrible, right? For this type of hater, there's nothing more important than themselves. They'll ask you to stop working on yourself to help them with their own thing, no matter what it is. They expect you to put their problems above your own. Some of them might even expect you to thank them for the fortunate position you put yourself in. Number 12. You say things online you would never say face to face. Back in the day, in order to have a conversation, you had to be in the same room with someone, or at least have some private contact information. One of the benefits of this system was you never heard from people who have no relationship with you. They did their thing, you did yours. Today, though, you can be the unemployed neckbeard type of person and tweet the meanest possible things a person can imagine to someone like Kevin Hart. Twitter has democratized the possibility of being an anonymous bully. If that's you, maybe it's time to reevaluate everything about yourself. How did you end up in the position of doing anything you can just to get a reaction from someone who doesn't care about your existence? Number 13. You gossip and love to stir up drama. Gossip implies you're sharing demeaning information just to gain social power in a group. You use other people to put yourself on a pedestal without realizing that in doing so, you're self-sabotaging your own image. As a rule of thumb, if someone is talking about someone else behind their back, they'll do the same with you if the opportunity is presented. Gossip and social drama are signs of an insecure and immature individual. Number 14. Putting others down makes you feel strong, important, and alive. A big sign you're actually a hater comes from the way you feel when you cut someone else's wings, metaphorically speaking. You take pleasure in causing pain and suffering, but justify it as being just physiological because, you don't think of yourself as a sociopath. Respect is more valuable than fear. If you really want to become strong and important, earn the respect of those around you, because when the time comes, they'll stand up for you and do whatever they can to help. In a socially driven economy, it's not the strongest individual who's at the top of the food chain. Instead, it's the one who has the most supporters. Number 15. You believe your perspective is the only valid one. Just because you might have an answer, it doesn't mean that there can't be other answers even better than yours. This is one of those things school has mistakenly inserted into the mindset of the student, that there's only one correct answer. The more you experience the real world, your mind expands. You understand that an answer that works for you might not work for someone else. We're super complex beings wrapped up in an even more complex socioeconomic system, and you're sitting there trying to force your cube perspective into the circle hole that is everyone else. The more you do it, the less time people are going to want to spend with you. Now, Aluxers, please don't take this entire list as a personal attack. Instead, we recommend you keep at least a couple of these, preferably the ones that are related to your situation the most, and try to be better. In an effort to improve our community and to keep it honest between us, we're curious to know: did you identify yourself in any of these? Let us know in the comments if you did and how you plan on addressing it. It takes a really strong individual to be able to self-analyze and be honest with oneself. So congratulations to those of you who actually joined the conversation. And of course, as a thank you for watching this long video until the end, here's the bonus. Number 16. People who complain about haters are generally not nice people. If everyone around you is a hater, if nobody is ever on your side, if you think everyone else is out to get you, you're not where you want to be in life. If you hate your haters, you're probably a hater yourself. You know why? Because happy people are busy living their happy lives. Too busy to care about haters or what other people think about them. We strongly recommend you do the same. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you got super unlucky and are growing up in an environment where everyone is crazy. But if you move and still run into crazy, negative people, then the problem might actually be with you. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for taking the time to invest in yourself. We strongly recommend you share this video on your social media accounts so that others might find themselves in it, and who knows, maybe you'll help change the world in the process, because that's what winners do. Speaking of, if you watch this video until the end, please write the word win in the comments so we know who's too busy winning to care about what the haters are doing. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos for you to watch next. As always, the conversation continues on social media. Thanks again, and we can't wait to have you back tomorrow.